Hi everyone, this is Meir speaking with you. You know, San Francisco had such wonderful weather, warm and cozy, and I enjoyed so much running on the beach. And in fact, once in the morning I ran on the beach all the way from my school to the Cliff House and back, 4.5 miles. That was fantastic. But today, winter began. Amazing. It's January, but today we started to have a little bit of rain, and the air became so much clearer and fresher and wonderful. And today I decided to have a nice bike ride, which is not long for some people at all. For me it was pretty long, 10 miles. And it made me feel very good and very refreshed. And I'm thinking about all my friends in Canada, Midwest, South, and East Coast. Oh my God, you're passing a real winter. And I was thinking, what would happen to me if I would have that kind of weather? Well, I know for sure that I would go out for a while and breathe some fresh air. I remember once being in a hotel in Toronto in the middle of snowy winter, and I went to the porch with my bathing suit and then went to a nice hot tub that was in my hotel. Not everybody has that luxury. But I would definitely go out, come back for a nice warm cup of tea, and then move in the laziest way and find movements I never discovered that I had. For example, mobilize my toes one by one. For example, lie on my stomach and move my leg in rotating motion and sense if my movement is smooth or not. You see, everybody thinks that you need to work really hard to feel that you did something. People jump, lift weights, work very hard. They do whatever they can do to pant and to feel that they're out of air, and then they feel that they've done some good exercises. Those exercises have their place as long as you learn how to do everything easier and easier. But there are exercises which are actually easier to do physically and take more concentration mentally. And if I was hit by this incredible winter that exists in big parts of this country and Canada, I would have actually done exactly that. So let me guide you through an exercise, and then I'll make an announcement. Take a yoga mat or a blanket, turn the program off and turn it on after you lie down. Now, bend your right knee and move your foot in rotating motion. Feel how the foot collides against the air molecules. Feel if the movement is smooth or not smooth. Then, move it to the right, move it to the left, in rotating motion. Now move the whole right leg in rotating motion, in both directions. Feel if it is smooth or not. Stop for a moment when your right heel is near your buttock and you have this nice stretch in your thigh, which is really good for you. And visualize as if you're doing the motion. If your knee is uncomfortable, put a small pillow under it to see if that makes it comfortable. And if you're completely uncomfortable on the floor, you can do it on your bed. But on the floor is the best. Visualize as if you're moving your right knee in rotating motion. Now move it again. And most people would feel that it is lighter. We'll even have more visualizations in the future. Now put the leg down. One of the most wonderful things that I'm seeing is that most people feel that then the right leg becomes longer than the left. For a moment, stand up and walk a little bit and see if there's a difference between the two shoulders. And if there is, you know that you've done the exercise wonderfully. Now lie on your stomach and bend the left knee. And move your foot in rotating motion in both directions. Visualize that the foot is colliding against the air molecules. Breathe deeply, breathe slowly. Now, move the leg in rotating motion in both directions. Breathe deeply, breathe slowly. And feel how smooth the leg is. And if it is not, the next exercise will help it. So you bend your left knee until the heel almost touches the buttocks, and you visualize as if the leg is moving in rotating motion in both directions. Breathe deeply, breathe slowly, and keep thinking that way. Now, move your leg in rotating motion in both directions. And put the leg down. You can probably feel now that the left thigh is longer. More space between the hip and knee. And now bend both knees and move them both in rotating motion in both directions, which gives you wonderful stretch to your thighs. And put the legs down. When we start to use muscles, we never used before, we give tremendous stress to the ones we always use. And what people do to themselves in gymnasiums and in life is overburden the muscles that always work to a point of exhaustion and with time disease. What we're doing is the opposite, using muscles we normally don't. So here are my announcements. I'm having a webinar with 5 sessions, and each session is a complete webinar of itself, but all of them together will unite beautifully. My book, Awakening Your Power of Self-Healing, is a must book to everyone, and especially all those people back east who cannot go out, who cannot ski or cannot do activities that you do in the winter. This is so wonderful for you to work indoors, as we cover the respiratory system, the circulatory system, the joint and spine, the muscular system, the nervous system, and vision. And we cover all kinds of systems when you have problems. This is a very unique book. Nothing like it was ever written. And so I would recommend you order my book and work with it. And if you can register to the webinar, that's going to be a fantastic thing you can do this time. But let's continue. I have a natural vision improvement class in San Francisco, and again, many people come here from distance. They leave Europe with its terrible winter. They leave back east and they come to the moderate weather we have here. And in 6 days we cover all the visual systems, the eye and the brain, and will lead to tremendous change. The exercise that I gave you was a small sample of a lot of teaching. So I'm looking forward to meet you through my book, through the webinar. And by the way, in the webinar, you'll have a chance of calling me and asking me specific questions. And I would like them to be specific to the teaching, but after the webinar is over, I always will devote time to answer any question that we did not cover in the webinar itself. So for a very inexpensive price, we can meet at the convenience of your home. But then, something precious. You can come here to San Francisco and work with me. And more than that, for a very inexpensive fee, you can have a guide for the rest of your life. Talk to you soon. Your friend, Meir.